Welcome everyone to GTW Dystopia. I'm your host, Infinite Fantasy. And then we have Jamie Hayter making her way to the ring to address this sold out crowd. Last Wednesday on Brawl, Brenda came out to send a very clear message to me. Now it is my turn to talk. No, Brenda, I have no intentions on surrendering the intergender tag team belt to you. Wrestling is not for charity. You, most of all, should know every match could be your last. Every time I stepped in the ring, I am putting my career on the line. Now tell me, Brenda, why should I risk my safety, my body, my career to help your red faction defend a title if I'm not part of it? Maybe you did win it, but I am the one who was defending it. With that said, yeah, I get it. You feel replaced. And that is because you are. I do not blame you for being mad. I would be too. So I'll tell you what, love. You want to settle things at Holiday Mayhem? I say, let's have a go. Christmas Day, inside the most famous arena in the world, Madison Square Garden. Jamie Hayter versus the Russian assassin, Brenda Bison. Let's find out which one of us is better. And there you have it, folks. Jamie Hayter has officially accepted that challenge laid down by Brenda Bison last Wednesday on Brawl. We're going to be having at our next pay-per-view event on Christmas Day, live at Madison Square Garden, Jamie Hayter going one-on-one against Brenda Bison. This is an event you cannot miss. That live stream will be coming Christmas Day. Benjamin, don't come back. Don't go away, because we still have an incredible card here tonight. A number one contender match for the women's tag team titles between Kaden Carter and Katana Chance versus the Les Femme Fatale. We also gonna have another number one contender match, Nathan O'Gray versus Adam Cole. The winner will be taking on Rob Van Dam next week for the United States Championship. And to determine our number one contender for the Women's World Championship, we're going to have a 6-woman battle royal match here tonight. Paige Evans versus Dorothy Lane versus Akima Sake versus Adrina Rizzo versus Thea Hale versus Summer Rae. All here tonight, so don't go away. Tony, a word please. First of all, I want to congratulate you on being the first Women's Grand Tour champion. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for making pro wrestling history last week. However, I wish you had won the belt under better circumstances. Mr. Elliott, with respect, what in the blazes are you talking about? I just got some test results from Medic after an anonymous source had tipped me. It turns out Dio was poisoned before defending the Grand Tour title against you. I do hope you are not implying any foul play on my end. So here is my position, and I think you can agree. On one hand, I cannot rule you out. I mean, being the first woman to win this title, you have a very good motive. However, I also have no evidence, and without absolute certainty, I cannot overturn the decision. So, the only fair thing to do right now is give Dio a rematch. Very well then. After all, 'tis the season, darling. I will face Mr. Sebastian inside the greatest theater of them all. Dio Sebastian versus the timeless Tony Storm. A rematch of the ages. A rematch of the century at Holiday Mayhem. How does that sound? Tony? It sounds like Christmas. Everyone, and we're about to have our opening match for tonight as Kaden Carter and Katana Chance get into tag team action against Les Femme Fatale, the team of Flamer and Fuego Lopez, the winners will be the #1 contenders for the women's tag team titles right here on Dystopia.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, the team of Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
And we're off, folks. We got women's tag team action coming up. These two have been climbing the ranks over the last few weeks, getting tag team victory after tag team victory. And now they've earned a spot at the #1 contender match. They just have to beat one more team, and they will have a chance to take on Havoc next week for the women's tag team titles.
And their opponents, first from Tala, Jalisco, Mexico, Lopez.
And here comes one half of the Les Femme Fatale, Fuego Lopez, making her way to the ring. The former United States champion who had recently lost the belt a few weeks ago against the famous Witch. However, Fuego Lopez, back on a podcast, was asked how she felt about losing the title, and she says, well, at least to all people, it was the Witch. No one can complain about losing to an athlete of her caliber. However, me and my partner Flamer are now looking to get into the tag team division and have our eyes set on a new prize.
And from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, the Superstar.
Speaking of her partner, here she comes now. Flamer, another luchador just like Fuego Lopez, coming to wrestle here in the United States, here in Grand Tour Wrestling. And along with her partner, she too has her eye on a very special prize. The winner tonight will be taking on the team of Havoc, Madison Page and Adrian Evermore, for the women's tag team titles next week, live at the Hammerstein Ballroom in Manhattan. And it looks like we're starting off with Fuego Lopez and Kaden Carter here in this tag team match. And we're starting off strong with Fuego Lopez, the starfire of the ring, as she's dominating in this match against Kaden Carter. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance have won so many tag team matches the last month. To get to this point, it would be a real shame if this is where the road ended for them. However, Fuego Lopez and Flamer are not to be taken lightly. These two luchadors are major high flyers and major stars. Fuego Lopez herself is a former United States Women's Champion who only recently lost the title to the Witch, who is considered perhaps one of the best wrestlers in the ring, period. And Kaden Carter rolling out of the way, nobody home, as Fuego Lopez ends up hitting the mat. And now Kaden Carter has her throwing against the corner, tagging in Katana Chance. And this is where these two seem to dominate, is when they have these allowed opportunities to use these double team moves, to work together as a team. And now here's Katana Chance immediately going for the pin, trying to end this match early. However, Fuego Lopez kicks out immediately. And here comes a kick. And a DDT by Fuego Lopez. You can see that amazing agile style by Fuego Lopez as she's dominating over Katana Chance here. Immediately reversing here. But now Katana Chance getting that Irish whip in. And there she is, tripping the feet. An amazing strategy by Katana Chance, knowing the best way to beat Lopez here in this tag team match is to keep her off her feet. Now tagging in Kaden Carter, and the two once again go for a double team move. And a clothesline by Kaden Carter, followed by an elbow drop. And again, this is where these two seem to dominate, is when they have these opportunities to work as a team. It served them well over the last couple of weeks, bringing them to this first contender match. And there's Kaden Carter with a spear right through the ropes. Once again, bring it to the corner. More double team action by Kaden Carter and Katana Chance as they bring Lopez against the ropes. And there's Katana Chance tripping her over. And there's a swanton over the ropes. One. And again, Lopez kicks out, still very early in this tag team match. Katana Chance now on that top rope. Frog splash, but nobody home. And there's a drop kick by Lopez. They grapple up. Katana Chance throwing her against the ropes. She goes under. She goes over. Full momentum. Hurricanrana by Katana Chance. Lopez now getting the tag in. Flamer, now the League of Women in this tag team match. The second La Luchador going up against Katana Chance here as she takes her down with a drop kick. And you can see the aggression behind Flamer here. She is hot. She is fired up. And she's ready to go as the two women now fight outside the ring. Flamer slamming Katana heads Chance right into the ring apron as the referee begins to count out. Flamer now rolling her in. And there's those kicks by Flamer. Amazing strike combo, but there's a receipt by Katana. She's going for those open hand chops. And a late scissors maneuver by Katana Chance. Flamer now reversing with an elbow right to the leg. And a knee buster by Flamer. You see Kaden Carter in the corner holding her hand out. Katana Chance making the tag. An amazing roll up into a super kick by Kaden Carter. Now springing off the ropes with a leg drop. You can see that Kaden Carter and Katana Chance absolutely must bring their A game if they want to win this match tonight. Again, this is not an exhibition. There is a prize on the line. The winner of this tag team match will be going on next week at the Manhattan Center, live at the Hammerstein Ballroom, to face the team of Madison Page and Adrian Nevermore. Together they form Havoc, and they will be facing them for the women's tag team titles. Kaden Carter might be taking a little too much time showboating. However, that confidence doesn't seem to be misplaced as she now delivers a powerbomb onto Flamer. An amazing facebuster DDT combo. 1, 2, and Flamer kicks out. Kaden Carter nearly had it there. And there's a quick elbow by Flamer. Now putting Kaden Carter in a fireman's carry position. And she takes her out with a right cross. And now and here comes Katana Chance making the tag. Katana Chance now maybe a little fresher than Kaden Carter as she comes off the ropes. And another Hurricanrana by the ever agile Katana Chance. She attempts a pin. However, Flamer kicks out. And there's a massive drop kick by Katana Chance, now amping up this sold out crowd. And there's a shot to the ribs by Flamer as she's desperately trying to get out of her clutches. Katana Chance now going for a shoulder buster as she drives the shoulder into the knee. A kick to the sternum. Flamer gets the grapple though. Here comes an Irish Whip throwing Katana Chance into the corner. And you can see Flamer is a bit weakened as she slowly made her way towards her opponent there. Lopez looking for the tag. And Flamer gets it. Lopez, now the legal woman, the former women's U.S. champion, in the ring with Katana Chance now, ringing her head right to the top turnbuckle. She attempts to bring it to the top rope. Katana Chance reverses. Lopez continues the assault though. Another reversal by Katana Chance. Here goes the Irish whip. Lopez now in the corner as Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Another double team maneuver. Kaden Carter with a shot to the ribs as Katana Chance holds her in place. And here comes a figure 4 leg lock by Kaden Carter. She has Lopez in that submission hold, but it's broken up by her partner Flamer. Carter now coming off the ropes. Jawbreaker. And here she is wrenching the head of her opponent, nearly taking the head off the neck joint. Trying to break it like a busted bobblehead. And there's Lopez in the corner. Once again a victim of their impeccable double team. A double drop kick by Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Katana Chance going for the pin. 1, 2, but Lopez kicks out. Here comes a grapple. A chance for the Irish whip. She knocks into the referee, but that might work in her favor as she's able to spring off that middle rope to a high-flying move. 1, and Katana Chance kicks out. Amazing reversal by Katana Chance as she sweeps the leg, ducking the right hook of Lopez. She goes on the top rope. Shooting star press, but nobody home. Lopez moves out of the way at the last moment. Now allowing her the advantage. Now Lopez making the tag to Flamer. Flamer coming to this match a little bit more well rested now. However, still Enzo getting an elbow to the face. Katana Chance ready for her. And now Katana Chance tagging in. And another double team move. Katana Chance now using herself as a top turnbuckle, so to speak, as she brings Kaden Carter towards the middle of the ring with a rolling swanton. Here goes the pin. Lopez able to break up the count. Now Kaden Carter going for a crossface onto Flamer. Flamer reverses a kick to the mid-thigh. And what a straight combo by Flamer. But now Kaden Carter reverses onto her. Here comes the grapple. Kaden Carter throws her into the turnbuckle. A tag, the Katana Chance. We've seen this move before. We know how dangerous this is. The teamwork, the synchronization it takes to pull that maneuver off. Now Katana Chance going for that pin. Will this be it? No! No, Flamer, last second gets the shoulder up. It looks like Katana Chance might have damaged herself just as much as she has gotten Flamer on that, but she still persists. You can see how badly these two want that tag team title shot. And now she's got her in a crossface. Flamer reverses. A huge kick as she now goes for a facebuster DDT. And here comes the pin. 1, 2, but Katana Chance kicks out. Kaden Carter about to interfere and break up the count. It looks like that was not necessary. And now Flamer throwing Katana Chance into the corner. Flamer tagging in Lopez, and here comes a double team move by Las Femme Fatales, a double hip toss. And an immediate reversal by Katana Chance, who is 100% ready for Lopez. You can see the drive behind Katana Chance right now. Irish whipping Lopez into the corner. Once again, tagging in her partner. And what do these two have planned? Amazing missile dropkick. And a missile dropkick by Kaden Carter, knocking Lopez outside the ring. And here's the referee starting the count. You see Kaden Carter now attacking Flamer on the ring apron, trying to eliminate her tag team partner, take away any advantage that these two luchadors may have. Lopez with a dodge, with a reverse, another counter by Kaden Carter. Kaden Carter go for the Irish whip. Lopez reverses. And there's an elbow to the face by Kaden Carter. And a facebuster DDT. 1, 2, and a kick out by Lopez. And there's an elbow into the top of the thigh. Here comes the pin by Lopez. 1, and then another kick out. This is a very close matchup here. You can see how badly both these teams want that title shot. Again, the winner will be facing Havoc, the team of Madison Page and Adrian Nevermore, next week at the Hammerstein Ballroom at our GTW Christmas special. And it will be for the women's tag team titles. And once again, Katana Chance with the bouncing act on the Kaden Carter as she goes for that rolling swanton. Full force onto Flamer, now going for the pin. And it's broken up by Lopez. Katana Chance thought that might have been it, that was her opportunity. Lopez breaking up the ref's count. And there's an elbow by Flamer, not allowing to get that tag, not allowing another double team move, and both Katana Chance and Kaden Carter both forced to retreat outside the ring as Flamer now tags in Lopez. One-on-one in the ring now with Katana Chance. Katana Chance making her way to Kaden Carter, now making that tag. Lopez barely getting back on her feet as Kaden Carter again dominates with a net breaker onto the former U.S. Women's Champion. And now, here comes Lopez on that top rope. High flying move, but nobody home. And that's the problem with the high risk maneuver. Sometimes the risk does not pay off. And another amazing double team move by these two gifted athletic women. Katana Chance getting amped up, springing off the top rope. Drop kick. And here comes the pin. 1, 2. Again, a kick out by Lopez. You could just see how badly all four of these women want that tag team title shot. And here comes a reversal by Lopez. Katana once again grappling up, throwing Lopez into the corner. She makes the tag. A double team maneuver by Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Once again, moving in for the rolling swanton. And here comes the pin, but Flamer breaks up before the referee could even begin the count, saving her tag team partner. And you see Kaden Carter working on the inner thigh. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, 3, and they did it. They have won match after match all month long, and now they got their title shot.
Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
Next week on our GTW holiday special, live at the Hammerstein Ballroom, we're going to have Katana Chance and Kaden Carter versus Adrian Nevermore and Madison Page for the women's tag team titles. That's coming up next week. Don't go away though, because we still have two number one contender matches coming up here tonight. We still have a Battle Royal match later on. 6 women will be competing to earn the right to challenge Rachel Rodriguez for the World Women's title. And we're also going to have Adam Cole versus Nathaniel Gray. The winner will become the number one contender for the GTW United States Championship and will face Rob Van Dam next week. That's all still to come. Do not go away. We'll be back after a short break. Say it again, Troy. I want to hear you say it again. Maximus, you are a genius. The smartest man I know. Hercules was so pleased. Dio never suspected a thing when we drugged his water bottle. Now with the title in the hands of Tony Storm, our Lord will have no issues securing the Grand Tour title. It was so satisfying watching Dio squirm. Soon all the old gods will hold the gold, just like me and you. Oh, I love the sound of that. I have to say, Damien, you are far from the boy I first knew. But even then, there was something about you. Oh? Go on. Let's just say, I am very satisfied with our arrangements. Welcome back, everyone, and it's time for the number one contender match between Nathaniel Gray and Adam Cole. The winner will be going to the Hammerstein Ballroom in Manhattan, New York for our Christmas special next week to take on the United States champion Rob Van Dam. And this number one contender match is happening right here, right now in this Seoul Arena on Grand Tour Wrestling Dystopia.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 275 pounds, Nathaniel Gray!
It has been quite some time since we've seen Nathaniel Gray on one of our televised programs. But he's coming back in a big way. He's going to be going one-on-one with his old rival, Adam Cole, here tonight. The winner will be getting the opportunity to face Rob Van Dam for the United States Championship next week when we come live at the Hammerstein Ballroom in Manhattan, New York for our Grand Tour Wrestling Christmas special. That will be happening on next week's Dystopia. And it's going to be quite a match, whether it's Nathaniel Gray or whether it's Adam Cole. Rob Van Dam will have his work cut out for him as he will be defending his title next week. But the question is, which one of these two men will he be facing? Well, that's what we have tonight's match for to determine who will be the number one contender for the U.S. title. And here comes his opponent for tonight.
And his opponent from Pennsylvania, weighing in at 201 pounds, Adam Cole!
Adam Cole, a big star from AEW, now wrestling for Grand Tour Wrestling. Looking to secure himself a U.S. title match here tonight. This is not his first time in the ring with Nathaniel Gray. These two have been long-standing rivals for years now, going back and forth in singles competition. However, the advantage may go to Adam Cole here tonight as Nathaniel Gray is more used to the hardcore style of the ring. Nathaniel Gray, a former Grand Tour Wrestling hardcore champion, is used to the no disqualification matches and will not be able to go at his fullest with the restrictions of a singles match. Adam Cole, on the other hand, has already gone one-on-one against Rob Van Dam in the past and has lost. He is looking to win his number one contender match to get a second shot to win the US Gold next week on the Christmas special of DYSTOPIA. And here comes the bell, and a cross body splash by Nathaniel Gray, taking down Adam Cole. Immediately, we're seeing that aggressive style of the former hardcore champion. The two men now grappling up in the middle of the ring. It seems they're very equal in strength. Of course, I may have spoke too soon as Adam Cole has him against the ropes. The referee breaking him up, and a huge right hand by Adam Cole. You can just see how fired up he is in this number one contender match. Every single competition here tonight at DYSTOPIA is going to be determined who will be challenging our GTW champions next week. We'll be having both Brawl and DYSTOPIA at the Hammerstein Ballroom next week, where we're going to be having a women's tag team title match, a US title match, and a women's world title match, main eventing one of the shows. And every single one of these matchups here tonight will be determining who will be taking on those champions. We've already had Katana Chance and Kaden Carter defeat Fuego Lopez and Flamer, and now they'll be going on next week on GTW Brawl to challenge Madison Page and Adrian Nevermore for the women's tag team titles. And we also have later on tonight a 6-woman battle royal match. You heard it here, folks. Our next matchup of tonight will be a battle royal match to determine the number one contender for the women's world champion. And now we have Nathaniel Gray just going to town on Adam Cole here, spinning off the ropes. And it looks like he just damaged himself just as much as he might have gotten Adam Cole. And Adam Cole taking complete advantage. Nathaniel Gray reversing the Irish whip. And there's an elbow by Adam Cole. He now has Nathaniel Gray against the ropes. And he's bringing him off of him as he drives those hard elbows into the spine of his opponent. And a reverse DDT by Adam Cole. Now across the ring, corner to corner, running across, huge clothesline into the back of Nathaniel Gray there. There's a kick to the midsection. And nearly broke Nathaniel's great neck on that maneuver. However, not enough to put away. Gray able to get the shoulder up on 2. Now we have Adam Cole once again doing an Irish whip. Nathaniel Gray off the ropes, reversing, and a kick to the groin section of Adam Cole. And now it looks like he's about to place a submission hold. No, but he definitely went to tear a ligament there on his opponent. And now here comes Nathaniel Gray with a crossface on Adam Cole, looking for that submission hold. Adam Cole throwing those elbows, trying to fight his way out. Not willing to tap out just yet in this number one contender match. Again, the winner will be going up against Rob Van Dam next week on DYSTOPIA for the United States Championship. And Adam Cole taking Nathaniel Gray off the corner, slamming him full force. Adam Cole on the second rope here, going to size up his opponent. And there's a double axe handle taking down Gray, followed by a moonsault by Adam Cole. And here comes the cover. 1, 2, and Nathaniel Gray gets the shoulder up last second. You see Adam Cole trying to rethink his strategy here, wondering what it's going to take to get the 3 count on Nathaniel Gray in this #1 contender match. There's a lot of stakes here in tonight's show. And here comes an Irish whip by Adam Cole. And again, going for the pin. 1, 2, and another kick out by Nathaniel Gray. Adam Cole now going for the crossface. Gray reversing, coming off the ropes, and a Superman punch by Nathaniel Gray, taking down his opponent here. You can just see how hungry both these men are, and there's a fisherman suplex by Gray. And a DDT. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out by Adam Cole. This #1 contender match for the U.S. title continues. Nathaniel Gray attempts a frog splash. Adam Cole moves out of the way. Nobody home. He attempts a kick to the midsection. Nathaniel Gray reverses. And now the tables are turned as Nathaniel Gray takes control of this match, grabbing Adam Cole by the hair. And now once again puts him in a crossface. Adam Cole trying to reach for the rope, and he gets out. And now Nathaniel Gray sizing him up. There he is, trying to damage the back shoulder blade of Adam Cole there. Now going for the Irish whip. Cole coming off the ropes. And there's Nathaniel Gray delivering a devastating elbow to the face. 1, 2, 3, and Nathaniel Gray picks up the win. It will be Nathaniel Gray versus Rob Van Dam next week.
Here is your winner, Nathaniel Gray!
An amazing win by Nathaniel Gray. Next week on Dystopia, live at the Manhattan Center, the Hammerstein Ballroom, it's going to be Nathaniel Gray challenging RVD, the whole damn show, Rob Van Dam, for the United States title. And still to come, we got another huge match coming up on our card, so don't go anywhere. We have coming up next a 6-woman battle royal match between Paige Evans, Dorothy Lane, Akima Sake, Adriana Rizzo, Thea Hale, and Summer Rae. The winner of this 6-woman over the top rope elimination battle royal match will challenge Rachel Rodriguez for the Women's World Championship next week. But first, we're also scheduled to hear from our World Heavyweight Champion Hercules, who is making his way to the ring to address this sold-out crowd. So don't go away, we got more action coming up here on Dystopia. Damien. Yes, what can I do for you, Father? I overheard you and Rebecca Troy poisoning one of my talent right before a very important title match. Let alone at all, I should suspend you for what you just did. But I think, you know what, Damien? I think I have a better idea. On one hand, I have this new talent, the Wolfpack. You might have heard of them. Amy Zero and Castor Black, the new mixed gender tag team match that's been dominating the division. One match with them and you will learn a very valuable lesson. But on the other hand, I'm sure Steven Dynamite will love the pleasure of making you lose that shiny belt himself. So tonight, I'm going to let him pick his tag team partner, and they're going to have a tag team match against Castor Black and Amy Zero for tonight's main event. And the best part is the winner gets an intergender tag team title match on Christmas Day at Holiday Mayhem. What? You would do that to your own son? You know, Damien, it's funny. When I was looking out for you and treating you like a son, you wanted to be treated more like a wrestler. I guess you should be careful what you wish for. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the World Heavyweight Champion, Hercules, making his way to the ring, here to address this sold-out crowd. Moxley, face me and explain your actions. Face me for what you've done to my Archangel. Moxley, I will not say it again. Get your ass out here, you coward, and here it comes, folks. Jon Moxley making his way to the ring to face the World Heavyweight Champion, Hercules. It's amazing when the shoe is on the other foot, isn't it? All I did it was exactly what you always do. Eliminate the outside threats. I know you have allies, Hercules. Oh, I know. And I know how much Archangel loves to help you win. So I listed some help myself. Someone that made sure Archangel would be out of action just long enough to keep you out of our match. It wasn't hard to get Catalysm to help me. You see, he's a weapon, a loose cannon. All I had to do was give him a target. I'll see you at Christmas. Hold on, Moxley. I just had a thought. Oh! And Hercules just took down Moxley. A huge right hand by the World Heavyweight Champion, and there's a receipt by Jon Moxley. And another underhook by Hercules. And a huge powerbomb by Hercules. And Fireman's Carry Samoan drop by the World Heavyweight Champion. And full force slamming Jon Moxley into the turnbuckle. And another one for good measure. And what's Hercules doing now? He's going under the ring, bringing out a steel chair. Hercules bringing a steel chair into the ring, and oh, right over the head of Jon Moxley. And you can just see Hercules going to town, going crazy, looking to get revenge for what he did to Hercules. And another kick, and Jon Moxley now coming back at Hercules. And there he is, slamming the leg onto the steel chair. And what's Moxley doing? Moxley going for the steel stairs. Here comes Moxley on the ring apron, but Hercules spearing him off of there. And now Hercules going for the stairs themselves. And he just tosses the stairs right out of the ring, right onto Jon Moxley. And here comes Hercules with an uppercut onto Moxley. He throws him right into the barricade. This fight completely getting out of hand in this matchup, in this all-out brawl. And what's Hercules looking for? Hercules bringing out he's now picking up Jon Moxley, kicking him right in the groin, completely laying him out. Yo, Witch, have you seen Amanda? Actually, she took the night off. Why do you ask? I have a first contender match against the Wolfpack for the intergender tag team titles tonight. Charles says I can choose my partner, and who better than my best friend? And if you win, you will be able to hurt Maximus and Troy right where it hurts. Right, but Amanda isn't here. You know, if it's a partner you need, I would not say no to being a double champion. Is that a hint? Well, if it isn't an invitation. Alright, let's gear up and go kick some ass. Tonight the Wolfpack has been chosen. Really? What? I thought I'd try it on. Welcome back, folks. We got our main event set here tonight as Steven Dynamite will be teaming up with the Women's U.S. Champion, The Witch, as they take on Castor Black and Amy Zero in an intergender tag team match. And just like every match tonight, this will also be for our first contender spot. The winner of our main event will be going on to our pay-per-view event on Christmas Day, live at Madison Square Garden, to face Damian Maximus and Rebecca Troy for the intergender tag team titles. But coming up right now in Dystopia, we have Paige Evans, Dorothy Lane, Akima Sake, Adriana Rizzo, Thea Hale, and Summer Rae in a 6-woman battle royal match. The winner will be going up against Rachel Rodriguez for the next week at the Hammerstein Ballroom. And that's coming up right here on Dystopia.
The following contest is a 6-woman battle royal. Making her way to the ring from Jacksonville, Florida, Paige Evans.
And here comes our first contestant, Paige Evans. Paige Evans was once a U.S. Women's Champion herself. However, she's looking to upgrade. The winner tonight, whoever is the last woman inside the ring in this over-the-top rope battle royal elimination match, will be facing Rachel Rodriguez for the Women's World Championship, the highest title in the women's division. And things are about to get dark and bleak here in Dystopia, as Dorothy Lane makes her way to the ring for this 6-woman battle royal match. We can hear the eeriness in the air. The silence of the darkness behind the door becomes evil incarnate. Coming from the supernatural itself. This living doll living for mayhem and chaos. Dorothy Lane. one half of the tag team known as Truth and Consequences, the sister of Tiffany Lane. Slowly making her way to the ring, we see the lights in the air throughout the audience. The spectacles glowing throughout the arena. Dorothy lighting her way, the path to victory, the path to the battle to come. You can see the focus in her eyes. In the women's tag team division, her and Tiffany have strived to become the women's tag team champions, but tonight Dorothy looking for the biggest prize of them all. You can see it. She is the one that wants to be going one-on-one with the women's champion. She wants to be Rachel Rodriguez's next opponent.
From Kobe, Japan, beautiful.
And here comes Japan's own Akima Sake. Months ago, she competed at the pay-per-view event, The Rising Sun, which was live at the Tokyo Dome in her home country, Japan, challenging Brenda Bison for the women's title. However, she was unable to succeed in winning the championship gold. Ended up tapping out to Brenda Bison herself. But now with Rachel Rodriguez as the new women's champion, Akima Sake is looking to win this battle royal and get her second shot at championship gold.
Representing the family from Milwaukee, Minnesota, Adrian A. Razor.
Here comes Adrian Rizzo. She is a former intergender tag team champion. With her partner Tony D'Angelo, they are 2 out of 3 members of the family. They end up losing the tag team titles to the team of Brenda Bison and Andre Armstrong, the Red Faction. And this will be Adrian Rizzo's second attempt to win a Battle Royal match in order to get singles gold. The first time was at Summer Bash at the Bathing Suit Edition Battle Royal match and it was for the United States title. And now it's going to be for the world title.
Representing Chase University from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania,
Thea Hale, member of Chase University, usually accompanies the tag team to the ring as their cheerleader, but now she'll be cheering for herself as she comes to the ring completely pumped up, completely energized, with one thing on the mind, winning the women's title. And that's what's on the line, not the title, but the opportunity. And you can just see the excitement as Thea Hale runs around the ring, getting this sold out crowd completely amped up for this Battle Royal match.
And from Raleigh, North Carolina, Stuart Ray.
And here comes one of our new up-and-coming wrestlers, Summer Rae. Rachel Rodriguez herself said that she wanted fresh blood in this Battle Royal match. She wanted an undercard wrestler to have the same opportunity that she was given when she qualified for the Survivor Games Gauntlet match to win the women's title. And Summer Rae was the one picked, coming from the undercard, making her way to the Battle Royal match. This could be her shot to do exactly what Rodriguez did and jump right into the main event card. I would say just competing in this Battle Royal match automatically brings her right into mid-card, and this Battle Royal match is already on its way as the 6 women now do battle. We got Thea Hale trying to choke out Dorothy Lane as Akira Sake takes down Paige Evans. We got Summer Rae dominating over Adriana Rizzo. And there's Thea Hale reversing the suplex on Dorothy Lane. A double stomp by Akira Sake onto Paige Evans. And Thea Hale with a clothesline taking down Dorothy Lane. We got Summer Rae beating on Adriana Rizzo. And we already got Thea Hale attempting to eliminate Dorothy Lane here. And Dorothy Lane barely hanging on to that rope, saving herself from elimination there. And there's a moonsault by Adriana Rizzo, only to be intercepted by Akira Sake, and Adriana Rizzo has just been eliminated. Akira Sake throwing her over the top rope, gaining elimination. And there's a backbreaker by Dorothy Lane. When Akira Sake only to be attacked by Paige Evans. Now we got Summer Rae attacking Akira Sake, throwing her into the corner. Now being intercepted by Paige Evans. And you see Summer Rae throwing those elbows right into her. And a takedown by, and there's Paige Evans come across the ring doing a drop kick on Akira Sake. And it looks like Akira Sake looking to eliminate Paige Evans here. She has her against the ropes. And you see Paige Evans struggling to stay in that ring. And she throws her over, but Paige Evans goes to save herself. Akira Sake not giving out though as she tries to push Paige Evans off. Paige Evans fighting back though, being able to stay in this match. And there's Paige Evans barely hanging on that top rope as she struggles to get back into the ring, but she rolls in thankfully. Thea Hale throwing Summer Rae into the corner. And now, here comes Akira Sake looking to eliminate Thea Hale, who is now fighting back against Akira Sake. And Paige Evans on that top rope going for a high-risk maneuver. Cross body splash onto Dorothy Lane. Summer Rae looking to throw Thea Hale over that top rope. You can see there's a fight going on. You got Summer Rae's boots right on Thea Hale as she's attempting to push her off. Thea Hale rolling back inside, and now Thea Hale looking to get the receipt onto Summer Rae, now attempting to eliminate her, throwing Summer Rae over that top rope. You can see the struggle there. And there's Summer Rae holding off her dear life on that ring apron. There's a drop kick by Paige Evans. Thea Hale trying to roll to the side of the ring. the safest place to be right now. She can't be thrown over the top if she's under the bottom. Remember what's on the line. The winner will be taking on Rachel Rodriguez for the Women's World title next week at the Hammerstein Ballroom. And there's Summer Rae just pounding away at Paige Evans, and a wheelbarrow by Thea Hale. There's Dorothy Lane going Kimasaki over the top rope, but a counter by Kimasaki, keeping herself in this battle royal. And there's a jawbreaker by Dorothy Lane, now locking onto Kimasaki. German suplex by Kimasaki onto Dorothy Lane, only to be Irish whipped by Summer Rae. And Kimasaki also reverses, and there's Thea Hale, who just eliminated Paige Evans. Paige Evans has just been eliminated in the hands of Thea Hale. Dorothy Lane with a takedown onto Thea Hale now. We're now down to our last 4 women. We started with 6, we're down to 4. Kimasaki attempting to bring Dorothy Lane to the ropes, but she throws those elbows, trying to stay in this match. And now we see Thea Hale looking for another elimination as she's trying to toss Summer Rae over that turnbuckle. And Dorothy Lane doing the same to Kimasaki. We got 2 women looking for elimination. Summer Rae fights her way out, and Dorothy Lane has just eliminated Kimasaki. Kimasaki is now out of the match. We're down to our final 3 women in this Battle Royal match. We're down to Dorothy Lane, Thea Hale, and Summer Rae. One of these 3 women will be facing Rachel Rodriguez for the women's title next week. And there's a clothesline by Dorothy Lane as she's dominating over both opponents here. And here comes an underarm fisherman suplex by Dorothy Lane, and Summer Rae with a double axe handle, a huge double team move by these 2 women onto Thea Hale. It looks like Dorothy Lane may have taken some damage on that. And goes Thea Hale off the ropes, as Dorothy Lane seems to be incapacitated at the moment. We're now between Summer Rae and Thea Hale. Thea Hale now drawing her attention to the weakened and injured Dorothy Lane here. This could be an easy elimination if she plays her cards right. And amazing, Dorothy Lane went to go throw Thea Hale over, and with a quick reversal, quick thinking by Thea Hale, able to eliminate Dorothy Lane. We're down to our final 2 women in this Battle Royal match. Either Thea Hale or Summer Rae will be facing Rachel Rodriguez for the women's title next week. And I gotta say, the last 2 are the 2 most unlikely to have win this Battle Royal. And it looks like Rachel Rodriguez is getting exactly what she wants, having an undercard wrestler as her #1 contender. And there's Thea Hale over the top rope, and I don't believe it's Summer Rae, the undercard wrestler, has just become #1 contender. This is just like Rachel Rodriguez, an undercard, rising to the ranks in one single match. Just like Rachel Rodriguez, Summer Rae will be receiving the grandest opportunity, as she will be Rachel Rodriguez's opponent next week for the main event of GTW Brawl, live at the Hammerstein Ballroom. What an amazing Battle Royal match, folks, but we're not done yet. We still got one more match on the card here tonight. Our main event, Steven Dynamite will be teaming up with the Women's U.S. Champion, The Witch, to take on the Wolfpack, the team of Castor Black. Take on the team of Castor Black and Amy Zero for the number 1 contendership of the tag team titles, and that's coming up next after this quick break. Enough. Okay, Bradshaw, enough. I've had enough. You both keep going back and forth. You're disrupting the locker room. You ruined a perfectly good title match. Okay, you ruined a perfectly good European title match between Farouk and Andre Armstrong. That was supposed to be one of the key matches of the night, and you just had to go in there and get him disqualified 3 minutes into the match. I don't care who started it. What I want to know is, are you two going to end it at Holiday Mayhem? You and Farouk in a Hell in a Cell match. One way or another, it's over. Got it? You got it, Charles? Hell in a Cell, me and Farouk. Holiday Mayhem, Christmas Day. It's over. Good. Now get out of my face. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for tonight's main event for GTW Dystopia. We're going to be having the upcoming mixed gender tag team known as the Wolfpack, the team of Amy Zero and Castor Black, who in the undercard has been dominating the division. They'll be competing in their first main show here tonight, but what a way to kick things off, as they'll be taking on main eventers, the Chosen One Steven Dynamite, and the Women's United States Champion The Witch. The winners will be taking on Damian Maximus and Rebecca Troy, who are now dubbed as the Olympians, a side faction of the Old Gods, and they will be competing for the intergender tag team titles at Madison Square Garden at our Christmas pay-per-view Holiday Mayhem, which will be live streaming on Christmas Day. Whoever wins tonight will determine who will be their number 1 contenders. Will it be Amy Zero and Castor Black of the Wolfpack, or will it be the explosive, the Chosen One, Steven Dynamite, and the girl from Salem, the Witch? Find out right here on our main event of Dystopia.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, representing the Fallen from Salem, Massachusetts, the Women's United States Champion, the Witch.
And here she is, the United States Women's Champion, the girl from Salem, the Witch, ready to get into mixed gender tag team action with the Chosen One, Steven Dynamite. Both Amanda Price and Dio Sebastian are not present here tonight and have taken the night off. Now these two unlikely partners will be competing. The winners will be number 1 contenders for the intergender tag team titles.
And her partner, from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 214 pounds, the Chosen One, Stephen Dynamite!
And here he is, folks, the Chosen One himself. You can hear the electricity in the air as Stephen Dynamite comes out with his very explosive personality. This sold out arena is absolutely going nuts as Stephen Dynamite makes his way to the ring. The former Grand Tour Wrestling Champion, who had months ago at the Rising Sun lost the title to the mighty Hercules. Stephen Dynamite, who has spent his career trying to fight the Old Gods, acting as the vanguard for Grand Tour Wrestling. Stephen Dynamite, who has taken Damian Elliott, who is now known as Damian Maximus, under his wing in order to help him fight against the bullies. Damian Maximus recently betraying Stephen Dynamite, and now here he is trying to win his first contender match so he and the Witch can get a shot at him and Rebecca Troy for their intergender tag team titles.
And from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Amy Zero.
And here comes Amy Zero, one half of the Wolfpack, making her way down to the ring. This is her debut at a main GTW show and her first time main eventing at a Grand Tour Wrestling event. Thus far, her and Castle Black have been competing in the dark matches, the house shows, and the GTW Undergrounds, and have been dominating in their division in the undercard. They're being given a great opportunity here tonight as they have an opportunity to face the intergender tag team champions.
And from Charleston, South Carolina, weighing in at 276 pounds, the King, Caster Black.
And here he is, folks, the king himself, leader of the Wolfpack, Caster Black. This man takes names, kicks ass. He only knows one thing, and that's domination. Whether it's his own tribe or his opponents, his enemies. When this man steps into the ring, it's for one purpose and one purpose only: to dominate, to show that he is the strongest. And here he is, about to join his partner, Amy Zero, into the ring. Once again, this is his first time in a main Grand Tour Wrestling show, let alone main eventing. He has shown his worth in the undercard, winning several matches on GTW Underground, winning several matches in the dark matches and the house shows. And now they're looking to prove themselves as we start off with the Witch and Amy Zero in his mixed gender tag team match. And the Witch starts off strong with a wheelbarrow DDT onto Amy Zero. 1, 2, and a kick up by Amy Zero. And this is going to be a very interesting match. Like I said, the Wolfpack has been dominating in the undercard. However, the Witch and Stephen Dynamite are two highly seasoned veterans in the main event roster. And there's a powerbomb by Amy Zero, using that raw power on the Witch, but the Women's U.S. Champion immediately counters with a kick, now aggressively punching Amy Zero, realizing what kind of opponent she's up against here. And there's several There's a right and left cross. However, Amy Zero looking to counter. And here comes a scoop body slam by Amy Zero. Now tagging in King Castor Black. And there's a leg drop by Castor Black onto the arm of the Witch. This is going to be very interesting, as Castor Black is known for his raw power and ruthless aggression. And here he comes with a sidewalk slam on the Witch. The Witch seems to get by and has no trouble taking on male opponents using her agility and nimbleness. However, those power attacks done by Castor Black might have been enough to put her out of commission. And now she's forced to make the tag to Steven Dynamite, who is now in the ring with Amy Zero. Steven Dynamite is a former Grand Tour champion. That championship is the one title that's not separated by divisions, weight, nor gender. Is a representation of who is the absolute best in the GTW ring. And it's showing right now as Steven Dynamite is now dominating over Amy Zero here. And there's Castor Black breaking out the count, preventing a 3. And there's Dynamite working on the leg of Amy Zero. Goes for a kick. Amy Zero counters. And a super kick right into the face of Steven Dynamite. He throws him into the corner. And now Amy Zero making a tag to Castor Black as the Wolfpack goes for a double team move. There's an Irish whip. And there's a groin buster followed by a super kick. A big boot by the Wolfpack. Now Castor Black dominating over the chosen one, Steven Dynamite, using that raw power, that ferocity, that strength, that wolf-like strength in Steven Dynamite. Quickly kicking the face of Castor Black, realizing that this man is dangerous. He's as strong as Hercules and as fast as Dio. You see Dynamite not wasting any time on Castor Black here. Going for those quick kicks, staking to his strengths here, and a drop, and there's a drop kick by Steven Dynamite, who's now tuning up the band, and here comes Sweet Chin Music, Steven Dynamite with the equalizer, now tagging in the Witch. And the Witch follows up with a swanton. And she clotheslines Castor Black outside the ring. And there's the Witch now making the tag with Steven Dynamite. I wonder what these two have planned thus far. The Witch now taking care of Castor Black outside the ring as Steven Dynamite puts his attention towards Amy Zero, using a jawbreaker to knock her out of the ring. Castor Black now back inside. Steven Dynamite with a kick to the midsection. And here comes his finisher move, the Psycho Cutter. He goes for the pin. Amy Zero out of commission. No, she jumps in the ring just in time to break up the count. And Steven Dynamite would have definitely gotten the 3 right there after hitting him with both Sweet Chin Music and a Psycho Cutter. 2 of his finisher moves. And now, thanks to the interference of Amy Zero, Castor Black now has the advantage, bringing Steven Dynamite to the top rope. And what is he doing here? Those two are both on the top turnbuckle. And there's Castor Black with a superplex outside the ring off the top turnbuckle. You have the crowd screaming, "This is awesome," after that amazing maneuver by Castor Black, showing why he is the king of the Wolfpack here. Now throwing Steven Dynamite, ringing his head into the steel ring post there. Castor Black getting to the top rope. And a high-risk maneuver by Castor Black. He has broke the ref's ring-out count. However, has allowed himself a bigger advantage over Dynamite. And Dynamite taking the opportunity to get back into the ring. Castor Black now being counted out. Steven Dynamite was dazed. He could have taken the win, but decided to break the ring out count for a high risk maneuver. You see the Witch holding her hand desperately trying to tag into the ring. Steven Dynamite struggling to move his way towards his tag team partner. And you see Castor Black just completely confident here. Steven Dynamite barely able to move. The Witch desperate trying to get in the ring. But Castor Black just completely dominating over the chosen one, Steven Dynamite. He goes for a high spin over. Steven Dynamite rolls out of the ring. Rolls out of the way. Nobody home, and now he gets the tag as they both go for a double team maneuver. Dynamite holding Castor still as the Witch goes for a shot to the ribs. And there's the Witch throwing her full momentum to take down Castor Black. And the Witch with a flying moonsault, but it seems she might have just hurt herself on that impact. Castor Black now in trouble, trying to get that tag, and there's a shooting star press by the Witch. Castor Black kicks out on two. And the Witch going for a second cover. 1, 2, 3, and they did it! Steven Dynamite and the Witch will be facing the Olympians at Holiday Mayhem. And speaking of which, I believe that's Damian Max's music as him and Rebecca Troy are out on the stage. And there it is. The challenge is set as these two stare off. You see all the trash talking between the ring and the entrance stage. It's going to be the Witch and Steven Dynamite versus Damian Maximus and Rebecca Troy for the intergender tag team titles on Christmas Day at our pay-per-view event, Holiday Mayhem, live at Madison Square Garden. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Infinite Fantasy signing out here. We'll see you next week at the Hammerstein Ballroom, and may your fantasies be infinite. And don't forget, for those of you who watch on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to know when the next episode of GTW comes near you.